From hotspots to hidden gems, this is your guide to all things local, the LA Unscripted way, and we're all about this episode. The views, the weather, the boats. Just an hour from downtown LA is a slice of H2O heaven in Newport Beach. Hi everyone, I'm Dana Devon on board La Vie, and for the next half hour, we've got our coordinates set on some of our favorite SoCal spots, so let's cast off and reveal this local must.
If everybody comes here to feel like they're on a vacation somewhere and they're not in LA anymore. The inspiration is like the south of France, Ibiza, Greek islands, Mykonos, Tulum. Some people compare it a lot to that. That's the vibe of the venue. Lulu's an amazing spot because we're on the rooftop. So basically every night is an experience at sunset. The weather is great. If you heard that name before, it's a pet name in France. It's like you call your girlfriend like Louloute or Loulou.
This place is so amazing. Like, you would swear the ocean is like right there. I mean, it's about 2 blocks away, but you'd swear it's like 1 foot away.
My background is in French, of course. I'm from the south of France, actually, from Cannes. I'm very attuned to this kind of environment, so we made everything to look like you're there and to get that feeling as much as possible. The design was done by Florence Choll, my partner, and her husband Eric. It was all picked over the course of 2 years and during their travels. Like, they would go, even if they went to Mexico, to Tulum, they would pick up some elements from there. Like the DJ booth was all handmade. Some elements are from Saint-Tropez, some elements are from Ibiza, like a combination of all these things.
I'm here with Chef Stanley, and Chef Stanley, I have to say, if this food tastes half as good as this restaurant looks and as good as your drinks are, you guys are gonna kill it here.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is your favorite dish?
I do like lobster linguine. So we do have some classic French dishes. We do have French dishes with Californian influence. And we have also just Californian dishes.
For the piece de resistance, see my French right there? Tell me about this pizza, because this looks, and you made this for us.
The whole process for the pizza takes close to 3 days.
Unbelievable. Wow, this is so rich and so delicious.
We have DJs on Friday nights, Saturday nights also as well. At night it transforms more into like a lounge. I mean, basically it goes from corporate events to families during the day and the brunches, early nights, and then as the night progresses, it's more like a scene kind of thing. You know, a lot of young people wanting to have fun.
Oh, that goes down way too easy. Not too shabby, right? But if you need a time out from the water, Jasmine Simpkins is anchoring down at this next spot to keep you in the know.
Today, I'm channeling my inner Rihanna and trying on new pieces from her Savage X Fenty Sport line. Let's go, guys.
So Savage X Fenty Sport, we just launched it in November. The reason we actually did Sport is because customers were asking for it. So I was brought in to get it off the ground, make it happen, make sure that Rihanna was happy with it. I used to design costumes, and that's how I was introduced with Rihanna herself. So starting in 2011, I've done every world tour that she's been involved in. I did the naked dress, the infamous naked dress. And then also, I have my own brand, and then I shuttered that to come here and make this happen. Color, design, details. I show her pieces, I text her all the time. She calls me, she's like, no, yes, let's do this. So she's involved from nuts to bolts.
Well, Adam, I'm really excited to be in the store and get a peek at the collection.
The Sport line is definitely sexy, it's bold. We also wanted to come out in the market to make sure that we're having our own stance because the market's flooded with sort of everyday pieces. Rihanna really is a fashion icon, so we want to also give our customers a little taste of that too. So like as you can see, we have really bold, fun colors. This actually has like a little peekaboo through it, so you actually get a little hint of skin through the lines. Because we are a lingerie brand, we have to tie it back to lingerie. That's like our core DNA. So like as you can see, it's got a sheer lingerie vibe with like the lace, but it really is made for the gym. That's the fun part. So then we did biker shorts with like lace trim at the bottom, hot pink. It's just bold and fun.
But breathable.
This actually has like a wide waistband, wider than normal, to really give you that tummy control. And then we also did an engineered print of flocking. So what it actually does is it holds your thighs, goes around to the back, and it actually gives you an illusion of a bigger butt. So
We love
you
that.
can't really go wrong.
We love that.
So you really can shop the collection online. You can see an array of different body types to see what works and what wouldn't work for you. But then you can also just come into the store here in Culver City and really touch and feel the product, which is what I always recommend. We actually have 7 stores. This was one of our first ones that we opened. The sport line has the exact same mantra that Savage X Fenty has always had: inclusion, diversity, disruption. You know, and we wanted to make sure that the new sport line carries the core values of the brand through as well. It really is made to work out, but you choose your adventure, you choose whatever sport you want to do, and like live your life.
You know, if I had a yacht, I'd probably name it Dinsale, Washington, or Mariah Ferry. I mean, a girl can dream, but at least this next find is real.
So I've always been a huge reader, and during the pandemic, I got so many requests for book recommendations that I decided to start an Instagram account and blog to share my favorite YA books. And as I saw how excited people were about that, I started to expand my blog to interview authors and bookstore owners. And then seeing how excited people were, I started to think about making my book curation more permanent. So I started researching bookstores all across LA, and I realized that there were no young adult focused bookstores. And I really wanted to fill that gap in the market. I put together a business plan and I presented it to my parents, who were so excited about the idea. And I'm just so happy that I was able to turn this into a reality. It's been so much fun.
You guys, she's 16. I was zitty and lazy and sleeping all day.
And I feel like I've just loved books my whole life. I really credit my parents with my early love of reading, because they would always read books to me when I was younger.
What is your favorite book of all time? So I know this is hard for a book lover.
That's such a hard question. I would say I really love All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. That's probably my all-time favorite.
Completely agree.
After I curated all of my favorite YA young adult books, I started to think about what else I wanted to have in the store, and it's been really fun curating a variety of gift items. I've also designed my own line of merchandise, which has been really fun, and I've been really happy seeing people respond to that. These are all from a brand called Word Cloud Classics, and I love them so much. I honestly want them for myself.
They're so beautiful. This is the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I mean, it's, first of all, it's like soft. It's so well made and so beautiful.
So these are my 4 dogs here,
4?
actually. We are big dog people, and I really wanted to have something for all the pets who come in here, because there's so many in this neighborhood.
I mean, Starbucks. Seriously? I'm dying. Look at the candles that she has here. I mean, are you kidding?
The person who designed these was actually a costume designer, and then during the pandemic he started making candles, and I'm so glad that I found him. He's so talented.
They are so cute, and he's local. I love it. I love LA.
So I've always been a huge fan of pop art and vintage comics, so I started to design my own merchandise that was reader themed, and it's been really fun coming up with captions and seeing people respond.
Did you
to
design
them.
these?
I worked with a graphic designer who really brought my ideas to life.
And then you have to see these. Okay, look at this. So look at this jacket, and then there's the Catch-22 on the back. Tell me about these.
These are from an amazing brand called Tribute Project. And the woman who designs them usually does music jackets, but I commissioned book ones with my patches on them.
I cannot. I spent it all on book.
I want to show you one of my favorite parts of the store. This installation was made by one of my friends who's so talented. His name's Rob Yonkers, and it's made out of all real book pages and book covers.
Wow!
We have a lot of book signings. We're actually starting our first book club, which I'm so excited about. And we also have a lot of children's events too, so something for everyone. I've always really loved Studio City, and I can't believe how lucky we got to have a place here. I feel like it draws a lot of people in, and really I just wanted it to be somewhere where people of all ages would want to hang out.
Okay, we have to take a quick break, but there is so much more to share, and boy, are we having a good time or what? Welcome back to LA Unscripted from on board the yacht La Vie. I'm your captain, Dana Devin, and whether it's a neighborhood staple or a bright new Addie on the block, we love discovering the coolest small businesses and sharing them with you.
Say cheese at Milk Farm LA in Eagle Rock.
Cheese is really accessible. I think a lot of people have had cheese in their types of cuisines. Like even in Korean food now, they put, kind of like a milder cheese on top of their kalbi. And I think that cheese is kind of well known just because a lot of cultures have some sort of cheese in their repertoire of foods. Milk Farm is a neighborhood cheese shop here in Eagle Rock. We sell hundreds of different types of cheeses, as well as beer, wine, sake, cider, gourmet foods. We're quite well known for our sandwiches. I spent a year actually traveling around the world, and when I got back, I wanted to put something together for the neighborhood that was resembling of all the little stores that I saw all around the world, highlighting all the great things that are made here in America as well. So it's a bit of kind of like a European influence meets an American influence. Here at Milk Farm, all of the employees here, all of the cheesemongers here are highly, highly educated in all things cheese. So if you ask them a question about the science of cheese or lactose or what's in season or how certain cheese is made, we will actually be able to know the answer and explain all of that to you. On top of that, at a cut-to-order cheese shop, the cheeses here are not sitting around in plastic for a long time. We have a wheel of cheese, we cut exactly what you want, and you get the freshest cut of cheese possible.
I made it to the behind the scenes of the Milk Farm, and I'm gonna learn the art of cheese cutting. Alyssa, what are you gonna show me today?
I'm going to show you how to use our fabulous little cheese wire here. We're going to cut some cheese together, but first, since you're behind the counter, you get an official Milk Farm apron.
This makes me official, I think.
Welcome to the crew.
Yes, thank you. I'm never leaving, it's okay. All right.
So we're going to be cutting some delicious cheddar, cow's milk cheddar from Iowa, using this cheese wire.
Okay, what's the difference between, a cheese wire and a very sharp knife?
So for something like a cheddar, it's going to be a little more crumbly. So I like to use the cheese wire because it's very, very thin. It kind of makes things a lot cleaner. It makes for a super clean cut. And it just, I don't know, it makes you feel kind of powerful to use like a tiny little wire to break down cheese.
I love that.
I really like it that way.
I really enjoy when newbies come in or people who have never entered a cheese store. It can be very, very overwhelming, we understand, because there's just hundreds of cheeses in every shape and size and color. I would say that the best thing to do first and foremost is just to come in, open the lines of communications with one of our cheesemongers and just say, hey, I've never been to a cheese shop before, what do you recommend? And then usually they go back and forth with usually what kind of flavors do you like? Do you prefer saltier cheeses or sweeter flavors? We usually say that if you're gonna get any cheese at all, start with two, maybe one soft and one hard. For me, it's very important to kind of give back to the neighborhood and uplift the neighborhood that I actually live in.
How cool is that? And this excursion isn't over just yet. Coming up, cruising in with more neighborhood hotspots and local finds.
Hey LA Unscripted, I'm Elle Young coming to you live from Equinox, and today we're gonna focus on strength. Now the push-up is a great move because it really truly does work your entire body. So I'm gonna give you a few variations to help get you through it. Start off first in this quadruped position, or all fours, and then just simply take the legs back one at a time. Now this is the hardest level for a push-up. You go all the way down and come all the way up, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, all the way down and up. Now maybe you've got some injuries, or maybe you're just not there yet, and that's okay. We'll drop down to the knees and repeat it. All the way down and up. And now, if you've gotten to your toes, but maybe you're starting to get a little tired, just go all the way down, chest and hips fully to the ground, and then push yourself up. Now, push-ups can be done anytime or anywhere, and they're pretty much in all of our workouts. So, LA Unscripted, add this one to your own workout.
Welcome back to LA Unscripted from onboard La Vie in Newport Beach. And as much as I love taking the scenic route, here's what really floats my boat. I have seen this place all over social media. It is the most out of this world experience, yet it's right here in the heart of Santa Monica. Let's go float.
This is Into Me Sea, a play on the word intimacy. Sea, S-E-A, because we're all about the ocean and the healing aspects of it. It is a quantum wellness studio. First and foremost, this was established as a float center. Jen, the owner, she floated and she was blown away. And flotation meditation, as we like to call it, is floating in a very short 12 inches of water, more salt than the Dead Sea, and you just get into the zen. You turn off some senses and then other senses come to life. Athletes love it because it's the high concentration of salt is so good for muscles.
So you're just completely floating
in the water with your own self. So this is our Lulu's Higher Realm Galactic Crystal Intention Tub. The Galactic Crystal Intention tubs, we brought them over from Brazil, and they're giant bathtubs, and they're for energetic soaking. The idea is that you get into this tub and you have something that you want to manifest, an intention that you want to create for yourself.
Okay, self-care for the win. You guys have to check out Intimacy. All right, I've got to manifest, so out. Love you guys. And since we're all about living local, add this next find to your must-try list.
We could all use an escape from reality these days, and what better place to do it than your friendly neighborhood comic book store? This Silver Surfer is covered. Is this kind of, is this like an iconic cover?
This is right here an iconic cover. This is one of the best and most sought after comics that we have in the shop. Right here, this is from 1969, Silver Surfer. I think it might be the first edition of the Silver Surfer, actually. Wow. Comics versus toys, it's a pillar of this community. You know, it opened up in 2008. It is one of my favorite places to go and check out comics, toys. They got shirts, they got everything. It's just a fun place to walk into.
Do you want a bag and board? No.
Yeah. It's fun to find like a community around like where you're living. You walk in a place and you find people that like the same thing as you, and you find out it's not that weird. You know, there's people that are older than you that like it, there's people that are younger than you that like it, you know, and it's just fun to meet new people in that way.
Lady, you just accused me of being some kind of thief.
So usually every first Saturday of May, there's free comic book day. They give out free comic books over here. A lot of kids come. It's like their first time like seeing a comic book, you know, just actually playing with one. We also have like local comic book writers who will come sometimes, do some signings, meet some fans. So there's a whole lot of stuff that happens here.
There are all these comics in here. How do they come about? Like, how do you get these comics into the store?
Well, oftentimes, like somebody older will come through and they'll bring a bunch of older comics. You know, like we have some over here. Like this old lady came. She was collecting comics back in the 70s, right? And then she brought a whole lot of them over here, and she just gave them off. You know, she sold some, she gave some away, and now we got like right here we got this old Star Wars comic book, wow. Empire Strikes Back, right from the 80s. You know. pretty good condition. The cool thing about this, it's like history, right? You open it and you see like an ad from for an 80s movie. You can see like an Indiana Jones ad. You can see like a presidential nominee from the 80s. I can't think of any, Reagan or something, you know, but it's history right there.
So we are in the kind of toy area of this. What's a cool toy out here that you would recommend?
So these ones right here, these are from the 90s, you know, so they got that OG 90s look. Right here, this is a cool one. These toys are actually on consignment, so we're kind of helping people from the community sell these too. But these are the real deal. Like, this is Mystique right here. I'm a huge Mystique fan.
So would this one be one that you keep in the box, or is this someone that you can play with?
I would probably keep this one in the box. It's from the 90s, you know, I personally would. I think something I would want to play with would be something on the side, you know.
Oh,
like
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Like, if I was a kid, I always played with Spider-Man.
So the name is Comics vs. Toys.
Yeah.
If there was a fight between the comics versus toys, who would win?
Oof, that's a good question. I think my money is on toys because rock beats paper. No, wait, maybe paper might win. I'm gonna, you know, actually maybe comic books. You know, comic books might take it.
And sadly, it's that time again. I knew sooner or later we'd have to get out of the water, but LA Unscripted, you know you have my heart, hook, line, and sinker. Thank you so much to Happiest Hours for our H2O headquarters. Where will we be next? I haven't got a clue, but we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone. Mwah.